Alrighty. So, um, you know, I think it's good to go over kills, especially those that were ganked, kind of see what they were doing. Were they doing something they shouldn't be? Are they fit right and just unlucky, or are they plain dumb? And so there are all types. Now I've lost a couple paladins recently, and I've talked about that a little bit. And this paladin looks very much like my paladin fit, except just a little bit different. This guy lost their paladin though to a gank in high sec and in 0.7 that. So yeah, they must have been running a site out there or whatnot. They dropped 984 million. There was 11 ships involved in this. Look at that. So Deathlord. They must have been doing missioning or something. And you have to be careful in high sec with your marauders. You just do. People will watch for you. Abaddon. I'm not familiar with where that is. I mean, I see it's in Hematar, but I don't know if that area is heavily trafficked or not. But Code came down and told them what it's all about. 11 pilots involved, and their fit looks fine. It looks like a lot of the fits that I run. They're in the wrong place. It's potentially too expensive of a ship, or Abaddon is right next to Ren's. Well, maybe they just got really unlucky with having a mission spawn there. They should mission someplace else. When I do missioning, I don't pick anything that's near the trade hubs. There are a few times where you have to do missions near trade hubs. And, like a good example is the Amar Epic Arc. It starts off like right next door, the system next door. And so, there are some times when you need to, but you need to be aware of your surroundings and who's there as well. So, Novus Ordo and Code, they're both ones that I recognize as, in fact, I probably have them marked as red. Malicious Mineral Hounds, well, there are a bunch of them here on this gank. They might need to be marked as red as well, So I think maybe wrong place unless they absolutely had to do something there. And then so if you're going to be missioning near an area that's hostile, you have to be willing to fly away. You just have to be. If you're not willing to fly away when potential trouble enters the system, by the time you know that you're really in trouble, it's over, especially in a Marauder. Get that Bastion turned off. Here's another one in high sec. This guy's in the Forge and running a Stormbringer, worth 2.6 billion, and dropped 1.3 billion. Safety got him. Safety is another one to mark red. They got him with catalysts. It doesn't take too much to take out these ships. See, there's 7 ships involved, and look at that, they got 1.3 billion drop. These are what, catalysts are what, like 13, 14 million each as they fit them up. And so, they spent 100 million and they got 1.3 billion. That's a good payoff. It's worth the time of doing it, right? I mean, I don't like ganking other people, but I'm just saying the economics of this are good in the ganker's favor. And Mitsolin, I'm not sure how far away that is from Jita. Like 4 jumps, I think? Something like that. Jita is the most busy of the trade hubs and probably the one that you want to give the most distance to. I used to do Caldari Navy 4 jumps away from Jita, but I got too much attention. So now I'm much further away when I do Caldari Navy missions. Divide that between the group. Yeah, so there's 7 of them, and so they're getting 200 million each, or just under 200 million each. So, wow. That is a blingy Gila. And do you think, what kind of loot do they have on them? Were they running a... Yeah, they were running filaments. So they dropped 644 million. This is why I stopped doing the abyssal sites. Because to get up into the higher end stuff, you have to take a ship that is pretty blingy. And does this have a related kill on it? I think it would show up here, right? I'll bet you that their pod was pretty blingy too. And so they can sit on the beacon. So when you may not know this because you are the one going into the abyssal site, but there's a beacon flare that comes up whenever you go into an abyssal site, and it can be seen by a lot of it can be seen on the overview. And so people can just fly to it, and then they can sit there and wait for you to come out, and they can tell by the color of the beacon what kind of how big of a site you're running. And this is Fierce. Is Fierce level 4? I think Fierce is level or I don't know, but let's see. No, it's 3. So, but they're still quite blingy. And this happened to me a bunch. Is that I come out and I get ganked. So, if you're gonna do these, two things. One is to have a character that can kind of see what's going on, and know whether or not there's hostiles coming in, so you know when you're coming out whether or not you have a fight. You don't have a choice to come out early, and you don't have a choice to not come out. Because if you don't come out, well, then you're dead. And you know what? If there's a whole bunch sitting there waiting for you, and you know that you will never make it out alive once you come out, and that they're just going to destroy you, you may as well let the timer expire and just go out that way. But you may have a really expensive pod, which in higher end abyssal stuff is typical. What? They were in Udema. I hope they weren't mining in Udema. Was this guy mining in Udema? No. He was next to the Stargate. So was he hauling anything? I mean, he's 2.3 billion. He has a bunch of loot on him. How much? 288 million, and then 5 million. Oh, and then the fleet hangar, 151 million. I mean, it's not a huge amount of stuff that he had on him, but got tagged. So, you know, when you are going to go through Udema, there's a couple of things to do. So the first is to be aware of whether or not someone is, to be aware of whether or not someone is scanning you. Couple jumps out. If they're scanning you a couple jumps out, they are assessing as to whether or not you'd be a good potential target when you go through Udema. If you are, they will be waiting for you. They will also have a scout at the system, at the gate right before, so that they know when people should be warping in, blah, blah, blah. especially if they are already criminal. So there's that. Then another thing is that if you're not paying attention, or if you do notice this, then stop, dock up, and wait 15 or 20 minutes. They will find another person to give their interest to. And then you undock and go through the gate. You could also have a scout in Udema. All of these are possible. I have a scout now in Udema. He lives in Udema. He doesn't do anything else. Actually, since he's just sitting in there and not doing anything else, I have him skill farming. And but he does nothing but have the ability to log in and look and see what's going on in there. All right. Another one in Udema. This guy, okay, wrong ship, wrong fit. He's trying to fly fast. So this is for warp speed. These are for alignment. He's trying to fly fast. His cargo here is his own. He's not hauling a contract. 2.1 billion in there. Is 2.1 billion okay? You know, it's at the very upper end, I would say. If you're in an obelisk and you're brick tanked, I would not say it's okay here. I would say, you know, with being so much thinner that you need to be down more like 1 billion. Yeah. That just... wrong ship, wrong fit. Plain and simple. Now here's the right ship, but he's carrying 8 billion and wrong fit. Okay, so first off, this is an obelisk. The obelisk is the most tanky of all of the freighters. It is also the slowest to align. So what do? They put the inertial stabilizers in trying to get it to align faster. So instead of like 53 seconds or whatever it is, they're getting 43 seconds. It's still not fast enough to make any difference, especially when you are carrying a lot more. Oh my God, how much stuff? Are they moving their house? What is going on here? There is so much stuff. Holy shit. All right, so 5.8 billion in the hold. Come on. That's not right. Damn, I mean, yeah, it looks like they even got snowballs in here. What were they thinking? They got corpses in here. Oh my God, they killed a Fido. Right ship, wrong fit, wrong crew. Fidos don't help fly your ship. Yeah. So go tank for less gank. Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. So, yeah, it was a pretty expensive one. This one looks like they actually might be right in the right range. I mean, they dropped 822 million. But it's the wrong ship and the wrong fit. They're trying to speed fit. If you want to speed fit, if you really insist on speed fitting, you want to fly a Nomad. No, a Fenrir. You want to fly a Fenrir. Fenrir is the Fenrir is what will get you the fastest alignment time. Gets you down around, if I remember right, around 30 seconds or something like that. 30 seconds is still a shit align. And there is no reason to try and go align faster unless you're trying to make it from point A to point B as fast as you can, which then might be the hyperspatial optimizers or whatever that make you warp faster might actually do you better than these. I don't know. But in any case, oh, and he's hauling a he's hauling a package, doing a contract. So, you know, and I don't think this was very big. This would not have been very big. In fact, I don't think this is enough volume that you even needed a freighter. So why was he not at least brick tanked? He has the bricks there. Got it in Udema, next to a Stargate. Well. This is a RIA. So this is a jump freighter. And jump freighters I look at a bit differently. His cargo was 4.2 billion, which is fine. It could be 42 billion, and I would still say it's fine. He has expanded cargo in here, so it must have been large. Now, here's the deal. This is in HiSec, and it's near a gate, a Fey. Is a Fey... is a Fey... I don't remember if that's HiSec or low-sec. I think it's HiSec. There, in my opinion, is not any reason to be flying a jump freighter gate to gate in HiSec. The only gates you should be going through in a jump freighter are the gate from the low-sec system that you jumped to a Sino in into HiSec. And you'll have a scout there. You will know what's on the other side of that gate. You don't jump blind, and you don't jump when there's any possibility of problems. In fact, you sit docked up in low-sec, waiting for the right opportunity. Low-sec is not going to bubble you going out, and if there are hostiles sitting in the low-sec, well, then you just log off and you come back later and check later. In HiSec, if they are camping the gate, you just don't jump through. You just come back later. You have to have patience with this stuff. If you're a person who has only one account, then a jump freighter is not something that you should be using at all. And the reason is it requires more than one character to be logged in simultaneously to efficiently or properly operate a jump freighter. If you have just a single account, then you're doing something like jumping to a frickin' beacon, which is blind and dangerous, or you are jumping to a Sino that somebody else has lit for you, and you are trusting that they are as astute as you should be about what the surroundings look like and whether or not it is safe. Lancer Dread can one-shot jump freighters at the low to HiSec gate. While they are landing, coming from a station through the gate, they can shoot them while they're landing. I have never, ever been killed while landing at a gate. Welcome going through. To the Dragons. Ever. In any ship. Followed. Unless there was a bubble there. So they can... is that because of their special disrupt that they have? So are they able to fire that special disrupt then at the gate while you're landing? All right. So, yeah, okay, it all comes down to scouts. You should know whether or not, so lancers can prevent you from jumping the gate. Okay, fair enough. So much like a bubble. And so you should have a scout. You should know already whether or not that lancer is there. You know, you really should. You should know whether or not that lancer is there. And so, yeah, I don't think that's an excuse for dying. I mean, it may be an actual reason for dying. I don't think it's an excuse for dying. Jump freightering, in my opinion, is still the safest form of travel in the entire game if you do it right. If you don't do it right, well then, everybody wants to kill you and tries. So, Sandy, thank you for the follow. I don't think there's I don't think that there's any reason to be getting caught. And see, when you go into high sec, so this person was jumping high sec to high sec gate. I see people do it all the time. They go into trade hubs, they undock with their jump freighter and they, sino away. That's what those big pink flashes are. And I see that all the time, so I know that they're flying into there, but I really don't agree with doing that. And the actual answer is you jump to your low sec sino, you jump to your high sec station, go through a gate, dock up at a station, you then use a regular freighter to start hauling the rest of it. And in the case like this guy is he's not hauling a package. He can break it down. He can put it into a DST or something. Couple of trips. He has 20 Brutix Navy issues. I mean, you just break it up. He has 4.2 billion here. You break it up into 3 or 4 trips in a freighter or whatever. Not necessary to be flying gate to gate. You get you popped. Oh. All right. So, first off, wrong ship, wrong fit. But beyond that, the Fenrir here is already the lowest EHP of any freighter. Now, if you want to get even lower EHP, you put cargo expanders in it. And you will greatly reduce your EHP. So, what does it take? 17 catalysts. At what, 13 million each? Something like that? So, we're looking at 300 million on all these ships here. Something like that. He dropped 3.8 billion. Come on. And it's not a package. He did not need to be hauling this much in one shot. If it's a package and you're hauling this much in one shot, then you're a dumbass for accepting the contract. You shouldn't have accepted the contract. So, this guy, I don't even know what to say. And going through Udema. wrote a song about flying drunk. Maybe I should write a song about flying drunk with your freighter.
To the Dragons.
Ekmdrew5 just followed.
ECM, thank you for the follow. Welcome. He just likes the thrill. Yeah, well, he got one. There was not, this was not too hard for them to get a thrill. Not too hard for them to get a thrill. They got one. All right. So, oh my God. What the hell? 85 billion in HiSec, in Erlen, in the Forge. 85 billion. How much did they drop? They dropped 35 billion. Damn. Okay. Let me ask here. What conceivably could somebody be doing with a Marshal like this in HiSec? They have officer modules in it. 85 billion. They can buy a Titan. These are Titan numbers. Yeah, beginning Titan numbers, but it's Titan numbers. And this is in HiSec. So, in their high slots, in their mid slots, in their low slots, in their rigs, they didn't have it. They didn't have anything on it either. Do you think they were ratting? What were they doing? No, they were next to a Stargate. This is me being speechless. I don't know. I don't have any idea of why they would be flying this. Now, I do have a question for smart people who have flown Marshals before. Can a Marshal jump to a Sino? Quitting the game, getting rid of assets the fun way. Well, they didn't have any assets in here. This looks like a legit fit, like an actual fit that you would play. Okay, so that's what I thought. I thought you could jump to a Black Ops beacon. There's no reason whatsoever to be flying this in HiSec. In fact, can anybody come up with a reason to be flying this anywhere? Like anywhere. This is 85 billion. The ship is expensive. It's over 10 billion. Just the hull. Yeah. It's over 10 billion. But I can't think of
equal opportunity ass kicker.
Estrevan just subscribed.
Yes, Ren. Thank you for the sub. All right. We'll catch up with you in a minute here. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to take a look real quick at this fit. I want to know if this fit is tight. I want to know if it's tight. I don't know if this guy can fly a Marshal or not. But let's see here. I want to know if there's a reason for this fit. No, the fit is not tight at all, meaning that they need to put extra stuff in to be able to get the CPU and stuff. And so we've got like these Draclira's modified reactor control unit, which capacitor, let's see, power grid bonus 18.6%. See, wait a second. This fit doesn't even make sense. It was to show off. They had no clue what they're doing. That could be because this fit doesn't make any sense. Like, can I turn this off? And oh, everything still fits. Can I turn this off? Oh, look at that. Everything still fits. Why do they need that? Do they have some epic level DPS here? What the hell?
Welcome to the Dragons.
Rasman's just followed.
They don't have epic DPS here either. Wait. Where's their shield rep or armor rep? They have no way to rep themselves. Man. This is such a waste. This is such a waste. Wow. It still can only go 350. I don't get it. Yeah, okay. Well, best explanation I have is that it is in fact just a show-off fit. But I just don't get it. It just, oh, man. What a waste of good, hard-earned disc. Yeah. All right. So now, each one of these ganked episodes now, if we have a freighter that has 30 billion or more on it, it takes first place in the you know, the special attention people. Like, they get special attention. This one is still the most recent that had over 30 billion. And it was the wrong ship, wrong fit. But in their honor, it seems over and over again, because of their epic loss, they have a song written for them. It's not safe for work. If you're listening at work, put your headphones on.
You got ganked. Your style really tanked. Flying that big ship, now it's spanked. Wrong fit, wrong ship. What the fuck were you thinking? Now your wreck's on the grid. Your rep is sinking. Tall as blues, what were you smoking? Cargo worth a fortune, now you're choking. 30 billion in the hole, that's bold. Inexperienced motherfucker, you've been trolled. That cargo's worth too much, you dumb fuck. Thought you were clever, but you're shit out of luck. Flex tanking might be bold, but it's a joke. In the harsh void of space, you're now broke. All is blues, what were you smoking? Cargo worth a fortune, now you're choking. 30 billion in the hole, that's bold. Inexperienced motherfucker, you've been trolled. You're a dumb motherfucker, acting like a space sucker. But really you're a fool in this
It took him only 11
galactic
ships.
pool. Shouldn't be flying, cause all you do is dying. In the cold of New Eden, your tears aren't worth buying. All is blues, what were you smoking? Cargo worth a fortune, now you're choking. 30 billion in the hole, that's bold. Inexperienced motherfucker, you've been trolled.
Song fits.
Haulers blues, learn the ropes, or keep buying ships and crashing hopes. In New Eden, it's a hard knock life, so fly smart and avoid the strife.
All right. That's this episode of Ganked.